Well, got my first find of the day here. It's a Gallipolis Bottling Works out of Gallipolis, Ohio. Oh, that's a keeper. Alright, second find of the day. What is this? Oh, it's a Singer sewing machine oil. Well, it's machine made, but it's a keeper. Alrighty, got my second bottle coming out already. It's a machine made amber flask from probably 1915 and 1920. Alright, I got my third bottle here. Some kind of med or drug store. Oh, it's a druggist. I hope it's embossed. It is not, but it's older than anything else I've found so far today, so at least there's that. Alright, I got flasks showing here. It could be a Ziegler and Barron from Huntington, West Virginia, because it has some ridges on the neck. But let's see. Oh, it is. Oh, yeah, buddy. This is a good bottle right here. I've been trying to find this variant for a while now. We got Ziegler and Barron, Huntington, West Virginia. Alright, off to a great start. Next bottle showing med. Must be side embossed only. Could be a Rippy from Cincinnati. Nope, it's a more common one, a Sours extract. But it's blown in mold, so that's good age. Well, I believe I got a cistern showing here. See a semicircle of bricks, so I'm gonna have to remove a bunch of this to dig it, but maybe it'll be worth it.
It's beautiful. C.D. Kerr Drug Company, prescription druggist, address, and Gallipolis, Ohio.
Well, we got an older flask showing. It'd be nice if it had a name, but probably not. Yep, old shoe fly. No name. So that's probably at least 1910. Okay, got medicine down on this privy. Notice this plain 20s extract. We got a square blown in mold bottle, I think. Yeah, it's old and blown in mold. Interesting shaped bottle. Got another bottle showing here. Kind of looks like one of them Chamberlain's. Yep, Chamberlain's cough remedy. It's blown in mold though, so it's older. I'm caving this dumpy layer in because I don't want it to fall on me when I'm down the privy, and I got a Gallipolis Bottling Works soda showing here. So let's dig it out. I hope it's a hutch, but if not, it's at least going to be a blown in mold crown top. So let's see. Yep, it's the crown top, but it looks like it came out pretty clean. Nice. Blown in mold and clean looking compared to the other one I dug. Well, got three things showing here. First is this flask. It's either early machine made or late blown in mold. Yep, there it is. And then we got a little medicine bottle. It's blown in mold. And last is a crock jug or stoneware jar. So let's see if this is whole, because that would be exciting to dig up. Oh, the bottom's all there. Let's see if the rest is there. Yeah, it's looking older the more I dig. So it could be a really good one, who knows. Oh my gosh, it has blue writing. Wow, this is a find of a day. And it is whole. Unbelievable. I have never dug a complete stoneware jar with writing. Well, it doesn't have writing, but it has blue color on it, so maybe it can be traced to a certain place. But wow, this is a good find. The best find of the day yet. Got a really common bottle here, a Sounders from Dayton. Blown in mold. Well, got a blown in mold aqua beer down in here, pint size, so could be a number of different things. A Hoster or a Portsmouth or a Slick. But not seeing no embossing on either side. Could be one of them, Ottumwa Brewing from Ottumwa, Iowa again. Let's see. Oh, that's a West Virginia Brewing out of Huntington, West Virginia. Well, that's a keeper. Well, Scott got the first touch of the day. You want to read it for us?
Okay, Crystal Spray, Mineral Water Company, Gallup, Police, Ohio, WA, Ben Halder, or something like that.
Okay, let's get in the camera. I'm going to get close to the slug plate. That is a really good bottle right there. Very nice. It says bottle not to be sold on the base, so that usually means it's a desirable one. Not always, but in this case, I see embossing. It's a Gallipolis Bottling Works, Gallipolis, Ohio, without the G. So I'm hoping I got me a hutch as well. Let's see. Ah, no. It's a different variant though, because it doesn't have the G on the base like the other one. So that's a variant I've never seen before. Scott has a jug.
Nice size, but I don't think I've ever found one quite like it. So, that's a pretty good score right there. That's probably maybe $35. Looks like an 1890s one.
I don't think I've ever seen a quart-sized jug like this before, so that's really neat. But yeah, I got Scott down there digging for a little bit, then I'm gonna take his place. Alrighty, I think we got the best find of the day so far. Look at that early jar there. I think it's a Hemingway made jar, but I'm not positive. But that is a really cool jar. Very amazing.
Almost bottled, it looks like.
Here's a closer look at this jar, because this is amazing, guys. This is taller than that crock there. But yeah, look at this. Look how early this looks. This may be the best jar I've ever seen come out of the ground in person, so I'm going to put some dirt over it and try to preserve it. Well, it's day 2 of the big dig. And it has been a success so far, so we're just going to try to finish it off. Scott's not here yet. Pretty deep down in there. That's all I could say. Looks like he even left some bottles down there. Huh. He didn't tell me that. Well, I'm going to be going down there and doing some digging, so I think he can pull some buckets for a little bit, because I pulled buckets the whole time we were pulling them yesterday, so guess we'll see what else we will get. Well, got the first bottle showing of the day. Probably a flask. Yep. Doesn't look as old as I'd hoped though, but it's a bottle. Well, got my next find. Another flask. Another shoe fly. Good shape, but no name. Well, there's possibly something here. Hoping it's whole, because there's been a lot of broken stuff, but I could see that the base is broke out, so it's not whole. But what was it? Well, it was one of the earliest bottles too. It's an old, right, 1880s pickle jar. That's a shame. Okay, so this could be embossed. Looks like a beer. Oh, I just pulled the lightning top out. Which one could it be? Don't want it on me. Oh, it's one of them rare empty slug plated beers, but it is an earlier looking one, so to me that makes it pretty neat. So maybe we'll get an embossed one from that time period. I can't remember what these are called, maybe some kind of cruet or something, but I got one here. No, it's not. It's some weird, it's like a, I don't know what this is, but it's something I've never dug. Okay, I got something showing here. Huh. I don't know what it is, some kind of lantern or something, I guess. Cool looking thing. Well, Scott's going down there to take a shift, so we'll see how he does. Hopefully he does better than me, because all I was able to pull out was a bunch of slicks. Here's the result of the dump / privy dig with Southern Searcher. So these are my picks. Got a little 2-ounce whiskey flask, so that's a rare size, machine made, so it may or may not turn purple, but it kind of does look like it's slightly purple already, so maybe it'll turn even more purple. One of these blown in mold medicinal looking bottles with no true top. This thing just stops and it has just a neck, and it was made that way. It's not broken, it's smooth. A shoe fly flask, an older looking shoe fly flask. One of these Druggis with the center slug plate there. Don't see too many of those around. A square Bixby shoe polish bottle. A shard of a historical flask. A shard of something that looked really good if it was embossed. But even if not, it would have been still worth something. At least because it looks like an early condiment bottle or something. Then here's the most common beer in Ohio. Hofstra, Columbus, Ohio. Did look like an earlier blob top because it has some lines on the blob top. Seems like only the older ones have those lines. And then got a National Remedy Company from New York. So sick that it's white. I kind of like that look though. Then got a machine made Gallipolis Bottling Works out of Gallipolis, Ohio. I found that on the surface, not on the dig. So next is a blown in mold Kanawha Brewing Company out of Charleston, West Virginia. Blown in mold pint. And then I don't know what this is, but maybe one of you do, since it's got this fancy pattern to it. It has no embossing except W and S on the base, whatever that stands for. Then got a West Charleston Balling Works out Charleston, West Virginia, early machine made. And then got an earlier coffin flask with a K in the center of the bottom. And I believe this is some kind of oil lamp. Never dug one like it before, but it looks like it would have been held by something under here, probably. I can't confirm, but I'm pretty sure that's what that would have been. And here's some kind of new lid that I've never dug before. No markings at all, but it goes to something, probably an early condiment, I would guess. Then got a S.N. Pike's Magnolia, the something, out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Lady's leg neck. Then got a really bubbly looking West Virginia brewing out of Huntington, West Virginia, blowing mold aqua pint beer. Then got a new variant of a Ziegler and Barend out of Huntington, West Virginia. This is actually early machine made, believe it or not, though. But still a scarcer variant, because normally they just have two lines going down like that. Then got a 1880s applied blob top beer, C & Company, and not to be sold, which I think is a labeled variant of this particular one here, which is sadly broken. It's a really rare beer. F. Hinkle, Gallipolis, Ohio. Very, very rare beer. As rare as it is, surely it's worth something as is. Not sure what, though. Then got a Striper canning crock out of somewhere in western Pennsylvania. And of course it has some cracks. That one's a smaller one. And this one is the worst one. But I think I could probably get at least 50 as is. And what's probably my best find is this clear mason jar. Mason. It actually is in good shape, but it does have, well, I guess, I can't tell if that's damaged there or not, but I guess it was made that way. Has a couple glass flaws, like a burst bubble there, and I guess some kind of interesting flaw where this bubble was made. Almost looks like a crack, but it's just another burst bubble, or a bubble that didn't form right. So I'm pretty sure I looked this one up in Redbook and it said it was worth $300 to $400, so that's not a bad find. And for the teal Hemingway melon jar, me and Scott sold it and split the money, so it's not even here. If I dug it myself, I might have been tempted to keep it, but since it was the type of deal where I had to split it up, and figured, well, I guess I'll just sell my part too. So that is it. Thanks for watching.